Welcome to another episode of the Popcorn Watchlist podcast, where we celebrate movies, TV, and film that we all love. I'm your host, Xavier. You also have with me Danny and Zach. Say
What's
hello,
up?
guys.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
And so we are back from basically we had a really busy week in terms of movie watching, and we had put some big stuff on our social medias, kind of good things for impressions. We're recording this a little bit after Father's Day, so we had some good Father's Day movie moments out there, which will tie in actually to our main topic for today. But first and foremost, let's go down the line to figure out and hear about what you guys get to watch over the last week. Zach, go ahead.
All right, so I've got it's both a long list and a short list simultaneously. You'll see why in a second. So, it's been a couple of weeks almost since we really talked about what we recently watched. So for me, so I watched Top Gun again for a third time.
Third?
Third time, yeah. Well,
Third?
well, since last time I've seen it a third time. I watched Jurassic World Dominion. Sorry. Saw Top Gun for a fourth time. I caught up on Obi-Wan,
Nice.
which has been really great these last couple of episodes already.
Which we're going to talk about next week, hopefully, after the finale.
Yeah, that'll be really fun, especially with this episode 5 with some pretty cool stuff. It's just
Too good.
great.
It's stuff that I've been wanting
and
for
seeing,
years.
And seeing old Hayden Christensen playing young or 20-year-old Anakin was pretty cool.
Spoiler alert, there's a flashback. But that flashback was really cool. I enjoyed that a lot.
That was really cool.
I think I've seen the episode kind of not nitpicking, but trying to catch more and more details and tie-ins to other stuff from the past. I've seen it maybe about 3 times, and it was really dope to see that it feels like they didn't miss a step between their rapport and the relationships that they had, that they hadn't come together to film since, was it 2004?
Probably
At
04.
least 15, 16 years or
Yeah.
something. So that's great, and really great to see more of him doing that stuff. And then the other flashbacks with that other character,
Yeah.
avoid for spoilers, is, you see more of the other side of Hayden Christensen's Anakin. That was really cool.
That was really cool.
Yeah. But that's cool, man. All right. So keep it going.
And then Lightyear was one that we saw
Yeah. We saw that all together. That was a
Yep.
lot of fun.
In Dolby.
in Dolby, which was nice. And then Top Gear for a fifth time.
Top Gear.
Top Gun.
Really?
Top Gun for a fifth time.
I'll get the American Top Gear. Really? No, I'm kidding.
So
British
that,
Top Gear.
that makes you an ace.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I killed it a fifth time, so it makes me an ace now.
That actually makes him an ace. I love it.
All you need is to grow a mustache and
And a pair of aviators and a bomber jacket.
I think I saw they're about $183 if you get the gold with the black polarized Ray-Ban aviators. So they're not that expensive.
I was actually
Shout out to
Yeah.
Ray-Ban.
I was at Danny's house, or Danny's parents' house the other day, and or yesterday actually, and I was asking his opinion on aviators, and
he's going through a list of 2 or 3 that he wants to buy.
yeah, I think I'm in too deep on this one, man. I think
Did you look at? I think it's like Matsuda's or something, like $700.
Oh,
Some,
no,
there's some high end ones.
from Ray-Ban. Well, these are from
no,
Ray-Ban.
talk about Ray-Bans. Okay,
Yeah. This is strictly from Ray-Ban
okay.
because they make pretty solid glasses.
So all you need is the Ray-Ban 3025s polarized, gold frame with black polarized triangle lenses. You're set.
Well, I'm actually kind of debating between going kind of all black, where I get the mirrored lenses with black frame and black temple pieces, and then the other one is the blue, frame lenses with either a silver or black frame with black
Okay,
temple.
I could see that. Yeah. I get what you mean.
I think the silver one looks
Just
kinda
make sure
nice.
the lenses are polarized, because that's going to help you in the sun to nail all your football and volleyball shots. But more importantly, is helps you discern different detail when you're in bright
Yeah.
sun.
Well, definitely polarized. It's just like the blue front, but obviously they're all polarized.
We're here supposed to be talking about movies, and now we're going to the science of polarized lenses.
It's all
I don't
relating to
apologize.
It's all related to Top Gun. So
It's all related
Yeah,
to
it's
Top
all
Gun.
Top Gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, the actual frames that that Pete Maverick Mitchell wears are the gold ones with the black. So
It was
those are the
gold
ones
black.
I'm gonna probably get soon. And full disclosure, in the past, I used to hate aviators. I was like, oh, they're too big. They look dumb on me. Now as I've gotten older, sort of like
But
into
like, I
my
see you every day,
adultness,
like almost every day, wearing them.
I have those pair of Oakleys that look like aviators, but they're
Oh,
not
they're
that big.
Oakleys?
Yeah, those are Oakleys. So
Okay.
but the Ray-Bans, like they're still pretty large, but Tom
Yeah.
Cruise is slightly shorter than me, so if he can pull them off, that means I can pull them off. So it's
Science.
pretty dope. Science, yeah, the science of comparison. That is awesome. So yeah, Zach is now our resident Top Gun ace, going
Yeah.
from hey, this movie is really cheesy from the '80s to holy crap, Top Gun Maverick is the second coming. I love it.
Yes.
This is freaking hilarious. All right,
I'm hoping for more, maybe spin-offs. I highly doubt it, but
Rooster through training school.
I would love that.
All
You
right.
never
Like the
know.
Young Guns on there. But yeah, those were
Or-
my recently watched.
We might have to wait 30 years, and then
Right.
Rooster is now the instructor.
He has a son, and his son goes to Top Gun.
And he held back his papers for 4 years. Nice. All right, Danny, take us away. What do you got? What did you
All
guys
right,
watch?
so I guess based on last episode, we went to see Top Gun for the third time.
His third? Oh,
My third.
You're both both of yours is third. Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah,
was
well,
when
yeah,
we-
yeah. Because when we saw our like, it was both our
It
third.
was the
times.
40X.
The 40X one, yeah.
When we saw it. Which,
Okay.
Oh yeah, I didn't even
Can we
mention
talk?
that, yeah.
Can we talk about our
Yeah,
40X?
let's go straight into the 40X
Yeah,
conversation.
very
Yeah.
quickly before we get to our news. We need to talk about 40X, guys. Like,
It was
That was all of ours, except Anthony's, first experience in 40X. And all I'll say is that is the only movie you should see in 40X.
look, I'm pretty sure that Top Gun Maverick ruined 40X for me in the sense that no other movie will get close to that.
Nope.
No.
I'll be honest with you, like, every dogfight sequence was just great. Like, it's just like it was just the right amount of motion, tilt back, tilt forward. Everything was just great, and like they turned it off, and or, like it didn't turn on during all the emotional or dramatic moments, which is fine. I think that was perfect. But anytime there's movement, it's like okay, like we're getting that. Like the whole sequence in the Dark Star was great. Like every time he's climbing, the seats kind of go higher up, and then they readjust as you level
slowly.
out. But then you start leveling up again because he's going higher, and then the scramjets turn on and
going faster.
going
and
faster.
it's
So then the
just like-
seat kind of rumbles a bit more, and it was the most immersive thing. Like I always thought like this is gonna be hella gimmicky. This is whatever. Like I saw the movie already in IMAX, so like I can expect what's to come. But holy hell, that was so cool. I'm like mad how cool it was. All the other effects like the snow and the mystifier for the ocean sailboat sequence and the snow and the smoke. I was like,
Yeah,
I don't
the
need
smoke
that.
for all
Like, get
the
that out of here. Just
explosions.
give me just the moving seats. If you guys are following on social media, check out. I think we have a video of us in the row of 40X. Like it's a reel that we made during the evaluation sequence that Maverick does with all the returning students. And
Yeah, it was like when they first started doing the training, they're doing the dogfights
Mhm.
where he like splits them.
they're playing Won't Get Fooled Again by The Who, and it's just we're having so much fun of just like all the movement and like it's sudden movement, but it's not like oh no I'm flying out of my seat. Like I still like was comfortable.
Yeah.
It was enjoyable. It was like it was really fun. Like it just I can't imagine like any other movie like that's not something where there's a lot of first person views or like all like even the canyon run of just the training like the training sequence where he has to prove that he can do it in 2 minutes and 15 seconds like that whole sequence was awesome. Like it's tense, like there's climbing up, there's moving, it's just too good. Like I'll shut up about it, but I just hope that like Regal will cycle it back into rotation.
They
because I
should.
think Paramount will love them for it because they will just keep making more money, but also that it just
And
is
probably
so much
D-Box
fun.
too.
It was only there
Cobb
for
theaters,
a week.
yeah. Was it really only in there for a week?
No, it was
well,
2
like
weeks.
the
Weeks.
weekend, and then
It's like Memorial
'cause
Day weekend, and then
That's
during the
right,
week.
2 weeks because
Yeah.
Yeah,
then
'cause
Jurassic World.
So I guess
Yeah.
you missed out. Sucks for you. No, I don't. I don't agree with that. I think they should bring it back.
And like we had seen it twice before, and it felt like a totally new experience and like refreshing to see the movie again.
Oh yeah,
It was fun. You got to check out the reel. Like we were having a blast.
yeah. Like there was no point where I felt uncomfortable, disoriented. Everything was so much fun. And then obviously you pack it up with a good movie that's very entertaining,
Mhm.
emotional, and well shot. It makes me think now like Joseph Kosinski wants to make that Formula One movie. I can't wait. That'll be another one that'll be fun to watch in
That's one
4DX.
that I'll be very well, because I'm a huge F1 fan, and I just hope that they capture the essence of what Formula One is really well. I just hope that it's not like glorified or anything like that. So I'm gonna be kind of skeptical, kind of maybe a little critical,
So did
but
you
I'm not
not
gonna know
like
until
Rush?
I loved Rush,
Okay,
Rush was
good.
great.
but
Yeah.
Rush is a biopic.
Yes.
So I
In
mean I
theory
don't
is.
is the F1 movie gonna be a biopic, or is it like a kind of fiction slash nonfiction, or well, like mix of fiction and nonfiction,
Like its own story, like a new
like a fictional
Yeah.
character competing with like actual real life
It would be cool
F1
if that's how
drivers.
they go.
Because
Yeah.
I don't think there are really any details other than Brad
Yeah.
Pitt's gonna be in it, unless he's playing like
Max Verstappen.
no, playing like James Hunt again. I mean that'd be a
No.
repeat, but
Yeah.
it'd be kind of
That'd
weird.
be different. Yeah.
It would be cool if they do their own story, like their own character in the F1 world.
Yeah, like in
Yeah, just
actual-
have their own personalities and then they'll probably be modeled after real life people. Since F1
Probably.
is now its own spectacle nowadays, so
Yeah.
you might get some stuff in there.
But what I was gonna say about 4DX before we leave that topic, I want to know how it goes into being the person that programs the seats.
They must
Like, how
have
do you
so much
program?
fun.
They gotta have so much fun, just watching a movie and being like, all right, in this scene, we're gonna have it do this.
Yeah, we're gonna have the seats rumble this way. They're gonna jostle up and down. They're gonna sway to the side right here when you do this barrel roll. Like it's just like this is gonna be awesome. And then like once they program it, do they like test it themselves? Like
Yeah,
I want to
like-
know like how does that happen?
They're like, no, you know
I'm
what?
sure-
That
I'm
was
sure
too
they
much.
do.
Do they have a lab where there's like a row of seats and like all right guys get in? I just reprogrammed this whole sequence. Hopefully, who knows? But going back to that last bit of Joseph Kosinski's like new Formula One movie. Hopefully, it's better than that movie Driven that came out with
Stallone.
Stallone in 2001.
I never saw that movie. I kind
It's
of want to
bad.
watch
Don't
it.
watch it.
No, I've heard it's horrible.
It's really bad, man. Like,
I still kind of like I feel tempted.
I mean, like, yeah, if
watch
you want to watch a movie that's like just and see just how bad it is, to be like, these guys are right. Go for it. Be my guest. But
But Rush is the way to go.
Rush is
Rush
the way
is
to go.
good.
Yeah. Chris Hemsworth even said like I'll lose muscle just to be in this movie with Ron Howard or directed by Ron Howard, which is awesome because it's funny now you have Thor and Zemo in the same movie.
Yep.
Nice.
That was great.
All right. So you mentioned Danny that you saw. We obviously we all saw 4DX Top Gun. What else did you end up watching?
Yep. So this one goes into Lightyear. So right before Lightyear, I saw the little documentary that they have on Disney Plus, which was pretty cool. I don't know if I mentioned it in the last episode, but it's a quick 25-minute, 30-minute documentary. It just talks about like all the different variations of Buzz Lightyear before they actually created the character, showing how
like the movie Buzz, not
Yeah.
like the toy Buzz. But yeah.
and it was fun. It was pretty interesting. And then we obviously saw Lightyear, and I don't know if you guys want to talk about Lightyear, but I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Oh yeah.
It
No,
was,
it was fun.
Made the 10-year-old kid in me super happy.
Yeah, like it was you would see a movie about a story of a space ranger doing stuff, and then you obviously would have like you could see how like inspired a toy line, everything from like the moves, the poses, the characters, the bad guys, like you had all these like generic bad guys. Like I can make that all be like a whole set of bad guys, and I have the different other people that are alongside Buzz as like a team, and you can make a whole toy set out of it. But and so that made sense like in the whole like spinning off of Toy Story stuff. But I think it hit its beats emotionally pretty well. Spoiler alert: Socks steals the entire movie, like
Socks was
at gunpoint.
awesome.
I'm sorry, at dart point, I should say. I bought you 5 minutes. Like that. That character's amazing. Like that character's hilarious.
The
and
score by Michael Giacchino.
Giacchino continues to be a goat in musical composition. Like we're here fawning over Top Gun, and Hans Zimmer has his hands on that score. And on the other end of the spectrum, you have Michael Giacchino killing it in Lightyear. Like he made like a real like simple but effective heroic theme for Lightyear. It had a villain theme for Zurg, and you had all these nice like the softer emotional beats. Like the dude, you put something to him, and he's gonna give you gold every time.
He's killing it this summer. He did Jurassic World Dominion,
He did.
Lightyear.
That's probably
and
the
then
only
now-
like I would say truly objectively like good thing about that movie, which I'll get to in a moment.
And then
But and the CG was good too.
Yeah, CG was solid.
and then he's doing Thor: Love and Thunder now.
That's
so
nuts. That's blowing my mind.
3 for 3 this summer.
Yep. 343. Who did the score for Ragnarok? That I don't remember.
Not sure.
Was it not Henry Jackman? No. I'm pretty sure,
Or like not what's his name? Tyler.
Brian Tyler?
Brian Tyler. Yes.
Maybe? No, Mark Mothersbaugh.
I don't know. Who that
That's
is.
the guy from Devo. He also did the music for the Mitchells versus the Machines.
Okay.
He also I believe he's the front man for Devo, if I'm not mistaken. He also did the theme song for the opening theme for I know this off the top of my head, I'm not looking it up, I swear. For the Rugrats cartoon. Like
Oh, really?
bum, 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 bum. Like that whole theme, that's the guy from Devo. Yeah. So that's cool. He composed the score. Yeah, because it was all kind of like techno-y, kind of 80s-ish for Ragnarok. So it's cool that Giacchino's going to go with more. They're bringing Giacchino for something for more grandiose, considering the villain, considering also the fact that there's multiple pantheons that we might have to deal with. So, the man in Giacchino we trust. That's for sure.
Yep, for sure.
And this generation's John Williams
Could be
slowly becoming.
Yeah.
honestly. Yeah. I mean, he's got the Oscars already. Like, just alone. Like, you hear the Up theme, you're like, it's easy. Like, it's all right there.
Another podcast episode, maybe?
Probably the Michael Giacchino Appreciation Podcast. Yeah, we'll do that for sure.
And then
Star Trek.
Star Trek's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
And then lastly, the last movie I saw was Hustle, which I think Xavier you saw, right?
I also saw Hustle. That's that's very well done.
Man, it was a good movie.
Good sports film.
Good sports. Kind of heartwarming too. Intense. And who doesn't like Adam Sandler in a serious movie?
Yeah, I feel like Sandler's really like starting to. I think with this movie, especially with Uncut Gems, now going to this, he knows how to ride the line between let's keep it funny, but let's also keep it serious. And the movies that are there, like they're helping him at least make believable and high end stakes. That's pretty good. Like I was pretty impressed that like, hey, like this ain't half bad. Like, very surprised that it's a cohesive, and the fact that he using Juancho Hernan Gomez like because he right now he plays for the Utah Jazz, but like they were showing footage of him like post credits where he actually plays for the Celtics.
Mhm.
But everybody who showed up that is a basketball personality, like they hit their spots great. Like nothing felt
It's
hella
loaded with
forced.
basketball players in this movie.
And a lot of people are in it. Yeah, like I love how Boban Marjanovic, like he was in John Wick 3, which you guys haven't seen,
Mm-mm.
but he's also in that movie. He's just like the whole opening sequence where he shows up, or he's just like, "How old are you?" He's like, "I'm 22." He's like,
Yeah.
"Really?" He's like, "Yeah, it's my son." How old is
How old
he?
is your son? 10.
10. He's like, "What?" But like you have some
It
really
reminds
cool.
me of the was it bench warmers? He's like, "How old are you?" I'm 13.
I'm
He draws it
13.
with crayon
Turns it with crayon.
with a $5 bill.
Yeah. And like you have a lot of people who actually like play the sport, and you have really good cameos like Dr. J, came through like um Doc Rivers is there, Dirk Nowitzki. Dude, the Dirk Nowitzki thing is hilarious.
With the FaceTime?
Yes. It's like, just run away. I have no idea who this guy is in my life. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. He's cool. He's a legend. Dude, that was awesome. But yeah, watch the movie. It's a really good sports film.
Yeah.
I think
Even if you don't like basketball, you'll enjoy it.
no, yeah. Before we move away from Hustle, I gotta give big props to what's the name of this dude? Dude, Anthony Edwards. I think he plays for the Timberwolves. That's the dude who plays Kermit.
Mm.
That dude, they were just like, yo, I don't know if he's really like that in real life, but they were just like, yo, just be a dick on the court. Like, just go. Just do it. Like talk all the trash. And he's just like, say less. Like, just went right in. Dude,
Probably had fun.
he probably had a lot of fun with it, honestly. Like, cause I mean, you hear it a lot of time. People who play villain roles or antagonist roles, like they'll embody the whole like, oh, I'm the hero in my book, but they'll have fun with it when they
Yeah.
know like they're being antagonistic to somebody because it fuels that character. And like, yeah, like I can have fun with this. Like it's easy. You can make it hard, but it also is sometimes easier to just let go and just, be the mustache twirling villain every once in a while.
I mean, it was cool because it wasn't really like a villain. Yeah,
I mean,
it was just
he was like an antagonistic force.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just like the owner was also like the big,
true.
played by Ben Foster. Like he's the big antagonist of the movie, really. Yeah, it's on Netflix. I recommend watching it. It's really good.
I loved Adam Sandler cursing in Spanish.
Yes, that was
And trying to
hilarious.
intimidate him in Spanish.
He's like, that's cute, but it's not working. Like that was cool. Yeah, definitely watch it. And it's based in Philly, so you get like your similar Rocky moments, and it's a good feel good movie overall. Like it goes through emotional highs, lows, and it makes you guess at some points, but then the good stuff happens. It's pretty dope. Pretty
Yep.
dope.
And then what did you get to see, Xavier?
So, other than Top Gun for a third time, I've only seen it 3 times. These kids have seen it like 4 and 5 times.
And I'm gonna go for a 6th.
Wild.
Not even kidding.
This
And Danny's going for a 4th because it's the same time.
Yep.
guy. Are you just going to just like use your A list and try to get the $5 back?
Pretty much.
I
man.
still owe you for popcorn, by the way. I'm sorry, but
What, me?
no, Danny.
Oh.
So
It's okay.
just
It's on the watch list tab.
there we go. Yeah, the
All the A list we've saved.
absolutely. But just like you guys, I saw Lightyear. On my own, I went just on a nice little time off. I went and watched Jurassic World Dominion. I watched Hustle. I also watched for Father's Day. I watched like sort of like my tradition. I watched Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. One of my favorite movies of all time, and really love the father-son dynamic that's in that movie. And I mentioned, oh yes, and then on Netflix I saw Spiderhead, which I didn't know was based off a short story, but also starring Miles Teller and Chris Hemsworth, which
Cool duo.
two actors we just mentioned earlier. It's interesting to see Chris Hemsworth playing this kind of like manipulative scientist, researcher kind of guy. So it's a little weird because people are like, oh, like some will say that it's a miscast. I think that it's a good small vehicle for him to play around with a different develop a different tool set for him as an actor. And because like there's always like you can tell that the character always has something hidden behind him. Also has Journey Smollett, who was in Lovecraft Country, which you haven't seen. If you haven't seen, you got to watch it. Very good show on HBO Max. But Miles Teller it's basically it is in it. He's the main character. He's in this like super high tech prison where they basically do trial runs of different mood altering drugs, and it makes it to be the point where like does the main character kind of question what he's feeling is real? Is this all still part of the drug program? And what is then the whole idea of being manipulated by that, and It's tense. The movie's not really long, but it's still got a good amount of tension. Like it's if you have time to kill, I'd say watch it. It's not great, but it was enjoyable if a little predictable. Was what I would say. And I think if all of us in the room, we all saw Dominion, right? Zach, you mentioned the
Yeah.
CG, but we've watched it like separately. And so what I will say about Jurassic World Dominion is that it is fun to just look at, watch, and enjoy. Jeff Goldblum, Sam Neill, and Laura Dern. Uh, and the Malta sequence is really, really fun. I think that's probably the best set piece in the entire movie.
The motorcycles.
Yeah, with the motorcycles and everything, with Owen and gosh, I keep forgetting Bryce Dallas Howard's character. And the new character who's like that smuggler pilot. The only thing is once you start actually thinking about the movie, everything just hurts and comes apart. Yeah,
Terrible villain.
like the villain is real. It's a callback to the original movie. I was like, I like this, and then you go, wait, how are you this dumb and the CEO of a big pharmaceutical bioengineering tech? Like you're just either willfully ignorant or just really stupid. There's some very questionable decisions that are made, but man, on top of that, I mean, there's questionable decisions done by practically every character in the movie. But hand waving plot. Here's some dinosaurs, and I'm pretty sure two dinosaurs were this close away from high fiving. But that's all I'll say without it.
I mean, could they even high five?
One of them probably couldn't. The other one would have probably hurt the other one.
Yeah, that would have been.
But
good.
it's a movie. Like it ends the whole Jurassic
the
World thing. I don't know. You guys thought I'm. That's me being like nice, I guess I'd say. But man, like yeah, the moment I started thinking about the movie, I was like, no, that wasn't good. But visually, it's a fun treat and delight, and I've always liked Sam Neill's Dr. Alan Grant's character, and obviously Jeff Goldblum as Ian Malcolm is just it's just a dream. Just like anytime Jeff Goldblum will scream, like great, like I'm already captivated. But there's just a lot of nonsense in that movie.
I mean, in our theater, when the two dinosaurs almost clapped or high fived,
Please clap.
everyone was clapping.
Like everybody's clapping, like dinosaurs, they did it. I was like, man, really? Like that's what happened
Like
there?
what?
Okay, cool.
Um,
I mean, I did leave the theater, and there were like younger. When I say younger, I mean like 15 to 17 to 19. Like they were like, oh, that part, it's so cool in the cave that the Dimetrodons. Like, okay, so they're still teaching kids about dinosaurs. Is awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, like I'm okay with that. Like that's the effect that it has, and sure, why not? So the movie's there, it's making money, and I think it's still I was gonna say it has legs, dinosaur legs, but
it's still going. It's still.
yeah, but coming through soon. I mean, the beginning of July, like you have Jurassic World, like Universal's gonna try to do whatever it takes before Thor: Love and Thunder comes out, because you have Jurassic World, which is making
They got
money.
like 2 more weeks.
Then you have Minions July 1st, and then Love and Thunder is gonna roll up,
Yeah.
and bring the thunder.
And the
Exactly.
love.
All right. So that's our previously watched, or what we watched this week. Because I'm also watching Obi-Wan and Miss Marvel, which are also great shows.
Oh, that's
Please watch
another
'em.
one that I
Dude, Miss
also
Marvel's
caught up
great.
on.
Miss Marvel's really good.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. It's great character, great style. But let's get to some crazy news, because it's been a pretty busy week. Danny, hit us with the goods.
Yep. So first bit of news, which is a fun one. We got a Gran Turismo movie announcement, and it's coming out in August 2023.
Did you gentlemen see like the idea of how they want to make that movie, like, or like what the synopsis or plot would be for that?
Yeah. So
I think it's kind of weird, but
it's supposed to be based on a true story.
What? Somebody was like, "Yo, I'm
There's
so
no
good
way.
at Gran Turismo." Like, did they have the simulated, like an actual
look, the
pedal
only
set?
person I can think of, and I mean, I'm the only one that's gonna know this. I feel like it's based off of this YouTuber turned actual like race car driver named Jimmy Broadbent. That's what it
That
sounds
name
like
sounds
to me.
familiar. Not like the actor Jim Broadbent, but there's actually, like, I've heard that name
Well-
bandied around somewhere.
Yeah, so Jimmy Broadbent, he uploaded just a bunch of like or he has, and I guess continues to do to upload videos on YouTube where he just plays around with like the racing simulators, like Assetto Corsa or maybe some iRacing, Formula One stuff. Um, but he recently, in like the last couple of years, started actually racing in like sports cars and stuff, like like
Okay.
like GT kind of sports cars.
Okay, so
Now,
something like what Patrick Dempsey does, or like because like he like in that kind of
in
regard.
that yeah, in that same kind of
Okay.
like the same kind of cars.
All right.
Now,
Nice.
I mean, the story, like what you're saying, based off a true story, it kind of sounds kind of like that what they're going to. I don't think it's going to be based off Jimmy Broadbent, but I think
Similar
something
feel.
similar to
Like
that.
this is
That's the
the
only way for me that I think that works because like let Danny explain this to everybody listening in.
so this is from Deadline. It's based on a true story. The film is the ultimate wish fulfillment tale of a teenage Gran Turismo player whose gaming skills won a series of Nissan competitions to become an actual professional race car driver.
Okay. This reminds me of uh there was an old movie from the 80s where
Is
this
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 Ready Player One?
not Ready Player One. Yeah, this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
He sounds like a realistic take on that, but no, there was an old movie. I think it was. Is it called The Wizard? I forgot what it's called. I'm gonna cheat and look it up right here. But it is like about a kid who has to like, travel around the country. Yeah, it's called The Wizard. I'm a genius.
You're a wizard.
Yeah, I'm a wizard. Thanks, Hagrid. No, but it's with Fred Savage. It's basically a boy and his brother.
Fred Savage. Wow.
A boy and his brother run away from home and hitch cross country with the help of a girl they meet to compete in the ultimate video game championship.
Ooh.
Yeah, and like he plays with a power glove and everything. Dude, it's like really cheesy, but it's entertaining. It's like it came out like 2 years after Princess Bride, so Fred Savage is a little older, but yeah, this is what this sounds like except with racing. So what he's just gonna be driving in like a GTR or like a Skyline, just trying to like I'm trying to learn and who's like I want to see it like it's like a realistic take on Speed Racer, except he doesn't come from a family of racing. Like there's a lot like I have to try to discern here. Like I guess until we get an actual like trailer or something, like my disbelief is cannot be suspended. Let's
Yeah, I
just
need
say
to
that.
see a trailer.
Yeah, me too. I mean, it comes out August
Late
of
2023.
next year.
August of next year. Like it
Or
better
late,
be
yeah.
with legit. Like I told you guys earlier when we talked with this news first broke is they have to have like the licenses. Like they got to be able to do some cool stuff with that. Like come on, like
Yeah.
if you're not gonna get like decent licensing, like what's the point of making the movie?
Like
It's just gonna
licenses
end
when it
up being
comes to,
like a Need for Speed.
Yeah,
like having car manufacturers and stuff. And
yeah, with the car
Yeah.
parts and they're racing. Like you have like Nismo stuff.
Well,
You have
I'm pretty sure it's easy because Gran
like
Turismo
Toyota.
already has licenses for the game for the video games. I'm sure
That's different from movies. It's a different ball game.
Yeah. So what I'm saying, or what I'm trying to get to, is that maybe like I'm sure Sony have already spoken to these car manufacturers about the possibility of including some of these cars already, since they already have the licensing for the game. They probably have to pay a little bit extra for them to show up in a movie or make a
suppose.
movie about it. But
Yeah, I mean, look at what they did with Chip and Dale recently. Like they put a lot of licensed stuff in there that I didn't even believe they
I
could
don't even know
do.
how they did that.
Yeah, they did certain stuff. I was like, okay,
I
like,
still gotta watch that one, man.
do it,
Yeah,
man. It's
Disney
fun.
Plus.
Yeah, a friend of mine, he's like, dude, I watched it twice. I was like, all right, good for you, man. Like, like I think he's watched it once with his daughter and then once by himself to like catch the little Easter eggs and stuff.
There's a lot of Easter eggs.
Dude, Seth Rogen's hilarious in that. the whole like Polar Express thing, like I cannot like that's gonna live in my head for a really long time. It's like the deathly, like glazed over, uncanny valley stare of the CG characters in those movies. That's so smart. Yeah. So who knows? It's the whole like wish fulfillment thing, and wonder if the main character is gonna play like when they play Gran Turismo at home. Are they actually playing on like the licensed steering wheel and the pedals, or because if they're playing on just like
Probably.
a dual
controller.
sense controller, I'm gonna be mad. Like I'm gonna be like, this guy's not a real fan. Like they're not playing the way God intended, like with actual like that simulator like controls. Like
Yeah.
we're talking about playing Microsoft Flight Sim and doing all the Top Gun stuff, like if you're not playing that with at least like
Like an
like
actual
with
joystick.
at least
and
the joystick, like come on, like you don't need a HOTAS, but like if you have at least a joystick or something, come on, guys, like you can't say you're really playing the game
Yeah.
if you're not doing it right. But who knows? We'll find out more probably by the end of the year, right?
Hopefully.
Probably.
Yeah, we'll see.
I guarantee you now, because this movie's being made, Xbox and Microsoft are going to make a Forza movie.
It'll probably, well, who knows? Because right now, like, if we're gonna go into video game stuff really quickly, but if you saw the showcase that Microsoft did just recently, it was like, here are games are coming out within the next year,
Yeah.
and Forza looked legit.
No, Forza
Looks really good.
looks really good. Because I watched the live stream just for Forza, and with the day night cycles, the updated like was it damage models and stuff?
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna look so great.
Yeah.
What I'm hoping, I mean, again, we're getting into like video games and stuff. What I'm hoping for it, since the game now has like day and night cycles, kind of day and night cycles, that they include actual like real like endurance racing, like 24-hour kind of thing, like Le
Oh
Mans.
man, yeah, like a simulated, like sort of like
Like-
shortened version of Le Mans, like
No, like a full, like you're doing an actual 24-hour race and it has day and night on it. That's what I'm hoping for.
your junk's gonna overheat and break.
Good. I have
Kind of like
I have the Series X. I hope it can.
Do you
it can
have?
handle it.
Will you have to have 2 other players in your house? Like, hey, you take this for 4 or 5 hours. I'm gonna go take a nap
If
and then
you
come back.
if you want to
and
really
cycle?
like
yo,
make
that's
it as
legit.
real as possible, you get a team of 4 or 5 people and you alternate every few hours.
Bringing it back to movies, watch Ford v Ferrari. Ford versus
Yes.
Ferrari, good ass movie.
saw that in Dolby, and that was
That's
cool.
hot. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wonder how that would be in 40X.
You know what? I don't think it'd be that wild, but I think it'd still be entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just watch it for the as Anthony's not in with us today, but as for the Christian Bale bone saws, man, or like at least the whole section where Henry Ford Jr. is doing the test run in the GT. Like,
Oh yeah.
that part is like I remember watching like an initial trailer where he's just like kind of crying, and then you ended up realizing he's crying because he's like, "Dad would love this so much." I was like, "Damn it! Like that's too cool."
Yeah.
But like that whole sequence in 40X would be a lot of fun. That
Yep.
would be really cool.
And then when the car stops, you get like that.
That jolt.
You get poked
yeah,
in the back.
you get poked in the back. There is some moderate poking with some movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Lightyear trailer that hit us
Well-
like, what the hell? Like I got poked.
There was, I forgot in Top Gun. There was a part where it's like you're
When Rooster gets hit with the pull cue.
with the
the pull cue.
This
Again,
thing.
whoever
And we get poked
programmed
in the-
this had way too much fun.
like you would expect like I don't know. It,
Well,
it just
well,
threw me off.
That would be impossible.
No,
but
I know,
it,
but
it made sense.
It was just a weird but
it
hilarious.
was
thing.
confusing.
No, it was great.
They
Shut
just
up. I'm
they
kidding.
threw it in there because like, oh, we gotta use it to some degree, right?
There's
So
something
just
got to
poke in
get
the
poked
back.
in here.
All right. Moving on. We had this is news that I think divided us a little bit. Or by us, I
Yeah.
mean one person.
Yeah, Zach.
Yeah, but Danny, go ahead, enlighten us.
So we have a director announcement for the live action Hercules movie, and it's going to be directed by Guy Ritchie,
None other than Guy Ritchie.
which Zach
And
was
Zach
not
is
too
like,
much of a fan
mm,
of.
So his style of directing, I feel like, can be a little bit of a hit or miss depending on what kind of movie he's doing. Like Sherlock Holmes, fantastic. Aladdin, nothing great, nothing mind blowing.
All right, I'm gonna have to just pierce through the veil a little bit, pull back the curtain. So you've only seen the 2 Sherlock Holmes movies and Aladdin. by Guy
I'm
Ritchie.
sure I've seen another Guy Ritchie movie here or there, but here's the thing: I like when I was watching Sherlock Holmes maybe for like the 3rd time a few years ago. I was doing some research to see what other movies he's done outside of that and a couple of other ones that I might have heard of before, and I'm kind of basing my opinion off of the critical reviews of the movies he's directed.
Okay.
And none of his movies are in any way critically acclaimed or even close to being critically acclaimed.
I think they're closer to like, and like almost like that cult status of it. because he has his own
Probably.
Yeah.
his own thing.
'Cause
So yeah,
they're up there in like they're pretty good, or they're at best pretty good. Like nothing too extraordinary, but it's up there where it's like it's pretty good at best, and then kind of like mediocre or worse at worst. So I don't feel too confident that the movie's gonna be great. I mean, I feel like because as the director, he's more of the like bringing the idea and of like or taking what the writers do and the producers do, and having the visual uh the visual representation of what's being written on paper. So it's partially, I'm sure his movies have partially come down to being like the writers not doing a good job with having like a good story, good character writing, good all good or decent anything else. So my hope is that okay, maybe as a for a directing style, right? For his directing style, maybe it could be good, but maybe he should get a team of writers that know how to write good stories
Well,
and adapt the animated movie, well on into live action.
he's mainly been the writer slash screenplay.
Okay,
that's
good.
what I was about to say.
Then he better not. Then I hope he doesn't attempt. I mean, I'm sure he'll attempt, but maybe
Well,
collaborate with.
Like
he always
some people.
collaborates with different people and stuff. But
one movie I mentioned recently that I saw from him was Wrath of Man
yeah,
with Jason Statham, and I thought that movie was great. It was
that movie's good. It's
was-
different tonally from what he's normally used to.
yeah,
Like, that's a more
and,
serious film of his.
and I don't think it's gonna be tonally like how Hercules is gonna be.
No,
It's gonna
But
be more in this.
That was good.
Like,
he's
yeah,
got to
it's gonna
put
be
the
more like-
Glad in Gladiator still. So it's gotta
Yeah.
happen.
now, question for you guys with Hercules. You think they're gonna do just a live action copy, kind of like Lion King?
like with the music and everything, or
Sure. Or just copy, just maybe not the music. Or
like Mulan, where it's just like it's just the movie, but no music, no musicals.
I was gonna
scenes,
say,
stuff
or
that.
like Mulan, but where they changed like the story and a couple things.
All right, I'm gonna jump on this one.
I have no idea. I feel like it might be somewhere in the middle where maybe add like a couple of songs. I don't know. It's kind of hard to really say because I think Mulan was really the only live action Disney movie that's been adapted from an animated movie to not really
Well, then you
have
got Aladdin.
musical numbers. Well, to have musical numbers.
Oh, okay.
Because The Jungle Book had musical numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Aladdin, Lion King, what else has there been?
Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the
Oh,
Beast.
Beauty and the Beast, yeah. That's another one.
Cinderella.
Also-
I never saw Cinderella, but yeah.
But was that part of like this era of like
Live action remakes?
Disney
Yeah.
movie
No.
remakes?
Technically, yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
think Lily Collins.
Is-
did it, yeah.
Like the Cinderella one you're thinking of, is that the one with Chris Pine?
Maybe.
Or no, that's Into the Woods.
No, that's Into
Into the
different.
Woods. That's a
Definitely different.
one.
Into the Woods. No, that's different.
Well, there's
So-
also like Maleficent doesn't really count. It's kind of Sleeping Beauty.
I mean,
but
it kind of
not.
counts because you're taking the character that's normally animated into some other stuff.
yeah. Oh, and then
But
you have
that's honestly that
yeah.
started everything, and they also have Snow White and the
With-
Huntsman.
yeah, and that doesn't. I don't
That's
think that-
those are movies.
yeah.
That's all I'll say. Chris Hemsworth.
I mean,
is
the
in
main ones
movies.
were like Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, the
Sleeping
Lion
Beauty,
King.
or Beauty and the Beast. Yeah, Sleeping Beauty. What am I saying?
Yeah. So
And then now Pinocchio coming out,
yeah,
which I'm sure that
And-
will have musical parts
and
to it
also
as
a
well.
Little Mermaid one.
and the Little
So,
Mermaid.
yeah.
So if I can say anything, if it's anything like Aladdin, then yeah, he's gonna keep the musical numbers.
Yeah.
They may even add
Yeah.
something. They may even they might not. It's just I guess like growing up with some of the musical numbers and growing up with some of the actual the visual style of that movie of just the different like bright colors, the all like the way all the lines on the different characters make it seem like they're from like pottery pieces from ancient Greece. Like that was makes Hercules really cool in that type of style. So doing it live action, like how it's gonna be tough because like if you want to tell the story in that particular tone and style, it's gonna be you're gonna have to put that in other ways, and I don't think you can like the music help with that, so you can't cut that. But the big thing is everybody talking about with Hercules is, like who's gonna play Hades? Like you can get anybody to play Zeus. Obviously, Russell Crowe
Just
is.
bring back James Wood. Just,
James Woods is like 80 something.
so
Like
makeup.
He's gonna have to do a
I
lot
mean,
of
Hades
outing.
Hades is like what, grayish blue?
I saw somebody Photoshop Bruce Campbell as Hades. And I was like, you know what? That might work in like a weird, twisted type of way. Like that might work.
Who are
But
we getting as Hercules?
that is a great question.
The Rock is coming back.
No,
the multiverse of
some-
Oh my
Hercules.
God.
It's gonna be some new jacked kid, like some new kid who's just really jacked.
Watch it be like
Oh, maybe
they bring
the
back
Reacher guy.
Alexander Skarsgård for this one too.
Again?
Oh,
No, he's already in his 40s. They can bring in this guy who played Hangman.
Oh, Glenn Powell.
Glenn Powell. Like that I could see that.
I feel like it has to be someone who's
But he can also but there's more
who's
depth.
more
to it.
jacked.
That's true. They got to be
yeah, they have to be.
John Cena.
too
Oh my
no,
God.
he's too old. He's already Peacemaker,
Yeah,
which is a great show by the way.
because I can't think of like any known actor. I can't really think of.
No, it's got to be someone new that's just a big old ball of muscle. They're just going to have to do it.
And then they're gonna have to start off with him being scrawny, like in the beginning of the animated movie, to then
they could do
do a whole like workout montage. And
well,
then he gets
even
him-
so, yeah, because it's just gonna be because they just do younger versions of Hercules. Like it's just him when he's younger. He's not a scrawny. He's not like he takes a super soldier.
Well, they could
serum.
do. Well, yeah, they could do like what they did with Captain America, where they just take whatever actor they choose, put it on on someone who has a smaller, scrawny body.
Yeah, do that, and then hey, now I'm there. But that's gonna be tough. That's gonna be a tough ask for whoever they get to play Hercules, because it's like you got to go through this training regimen, and you're just a ball of muscle forever. But I'm excited for it personally. I would say, if anything, Zach, to help you, you saw Aladdin and Sherlock Holmes. I told you this before, watch Snatch. That's probably his best movie. Snatch is really good.
So there's been a first draft already, and it was written by Dave Callahan, the person who wrote Shang-Chi.
All right.
So?
All right.
We'll see.
We'll make it happen. All right.
Oh, that's it. Okay, I thought
That's all I got.
Yeah, that was gonna be more to that.
Okay.
No, just
Okay.
first draft.
Could be
Okay.
worse. Could be a little worse. All right. I'll allow it.
Okay, there's some hope, I guess.
All right. Cool. All right. Hit us with the last bit.
All right, and then this one,
Ooh, this one I'm excited.
you
for.
guys are very excited for,
I'm really excited. For this one.
especially Zach.
Like I'm biasly excited for this one.
Yeah. So Zach, share the news.
So Nickelodeon and Avatar Studios have announced recently that they're making 3 Avatar: The Last Airbender, or 3 movies that are centered around Avatar: The Last Airbender, or the universe. So the 3, and this is off the top of my head, I think are going to be one based on Avatar Kyoshi, one based off of Zuko. I'm assuming this is post The Last Airbender, so like this is like Fire Lord Zuko.
Yeah, the whole bit where he's looking for his mom. Yeah, let's have that as an animated movie, please.
I'm excited for the Zuko
I
one.
don't think they're gonna do that.
That's garbage.
I
I'm
feel
not
like
gonna watch it.
I feel like it's gonna take place maybe like 15-20 years after the show ended.
Whatever.
And
Dante Basco is still voiced.
they
It's fine.
better bring back Dante
You think they're gonna
Bosco.
not bring Dante Basco? Get out of here.
They have to.
He's aged
No.
he can be aged into it perfect.
And here's I've been listening to a podcast.
That would work.
yeah,
I've been listening to a pod. I mean, well, Dante Bosco has been like the same age forever, the
Like
same for
Ralph Macchio,
20,
it's fine.
30 years.
he'll be okay.
So I've been listening to a podcast actually with Janet Varney and Dante Bosco, who are the
Yeah.
voices of Korra and Zuko respectively.
Mm-hmm.
And the episode that I'm in the middle of listening to, actually they brought on Zach Tyler Eisen, who voiced Aang.
Dang.
And I mean, the dude at this point, he's 20. I think he's 28 years old.
Damn, he's 20.
So I'm hoping that if this movie does take place, 10, 20 years after, maybe they can bring him back
It's just a
and
little
voice
reunion.
an older Aang. Because I mean, he has like a deeper voice. He can play like a mid-30s Aang if
Great.
possible,
Why not?
and bring back him as the original voice actor.
and then
which would be
bring
pretty
back I was gonna say her as as Katara.
May Whitman.
Mae Whitman, yeah.
Bring back May Whitman. Bring back Jesse Flower.
Just bring back the whole
Bring
cast.
back
Bring back the whole cast.
I don't
Jack
understand why not.
DeSena, dude. Bring back Jack DeSena. The
DeSena.
dude still sounds the same. He still sounds like Sokka.
Exactly. It's too
But
good.
then again, in the flashbacks in Korra, they had other actors that played the older versions, and
because they were like older, but this one could be like,
yeah,
hey,
like in
we're
their 40s.
Yeah, like, hey, we're in our 20s. We can do this. It'll be fine.
That'd be really cool if they could bring most of those guys back.
Too
Because
good. That's too good. All right.
I really gotta
the third
rewatch the
movie,
show.
You should
you
rewatch
you,
the show.
you need to rewatch it.
Show's
That and
good.
also watch Korra too, just to kind of see like where
Yeah.
things have gone since then.
But it's on.
That's all on
the
Netflix.
animation in Korra
Yeah.
is really good. Like story wise, like there's some stuff that's like okay.
Season
whatever.
3 was the best one.
Like and best
by far.
animated, like for sure. Like they had a lot of good stuff. But
Like that was a crazy story.
there were what 3 or 4 seasons?
4.
4. Yeah, season 3
Yeah.
is godlike. I loved
Like
like
Zahir, dude.
Zahir.
Zahir is a.
I've let go of
Beast.
everything. I was like, what the
It's like
hell?
what does he say? It's like let go and become wind or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever he says because of what was his
'Cause
name?
of the thing.
Guru Lahima. Ugh,
Yeah.
like that whole
bit.
enlightenment thing.
Yes. And he's just like, nope, I got
Like-
it now. I was like,
It's
dude,
like
this
empty.
is
It's
nuts.
become empty or like empty and become wind or
emptiness
something like that.
Yeah, like
I have to rewatch it.
that, and that's where you get like lava bending and all like the sub arts of bending, like just nuts. That's when you realize like, hey, lightning is trash now. Like
They nerfed.
they had nerfed
They
fire
nerfed it
bending.
because they
hard.
nerfed lightning generation because they use lightning benders to generate electricity in the
Yeah.
city, which is kind of
which is lame.
well, I'm not gonna.
It's
Danny's gotta
whatever.
watch it.
Korra's a different story, but yeah, like
Yeah,
I remember. Do you remember how like OP lightning was? And they're like, yo, if you can shoot lightning,
because
like,
only very
you're
few people
insane.
could do it,
yeah,
and
you had,
those that were either highly skilled, and it was pretty much exclusive to the royal family
yeah,
for the most part.
which is why Iroh, like, oh, God, Uncle Iroh.
I
is,
love
like,
I-
one of the best characters in anything made ever. Anyway, yeah, these movies are gonna be nuts.
Well, the third movie is a Korra movie,
a Korra
an
era,
Avatar Korra.
an Avatar Korra
Korra
era
movie.
movie. I mean, it can be, and even going back to like we just kind of skipped over Kyoshi. Like everybody has this reputation. Kyoshi's reputation as being like a stone cold badass. It's just
Yeah.
like murder him and then figure it out later. Like that was
There's a comic or something, a graphic novel, and I think it's a comic. I don't think it's gonna be that dark.
that's a comic. Yeah.
That it's like a Avatar Kyoshi like origin story kind of, and I think she was, like, was it bisexual or something?
Probably they added that's
Or
the
they
initiative with Korra,
throw like
fine.
hints at
Yeah.
like that kind of
No,
thing.
the
But
point
it's like
is
her origin story and her
that
being a
she never
badass.
took crap from anybody. Like it was just like, oh, what?
Yeah,
like,
she was a badass from like day one.
She was just like just the when again I don't want to say it because of spoilers, but like the one time it's just when Aang is like consulting the different avatars, he gets to kill. She's just like murder the guy. What are you waiting for? He should be dead. How is that man not dead already? Like just go kill him. And
It's like you didn't kill Chen the Conqueror. He was too he fell to his own death because he was too stubborn to move. It's like, oh, honestly, I can't tell the difference.
yeah, exactly. It's like I can't tell the difference. It's like, that was hilarious. We're just like, holy damn, like out of head. So we got news of that from what Paramount? Like that'll probably air on what Paramount Plus? You think?
I'm sure it'll
Yeah,
be Paramount
probably.
Plus.
Yeah.
I haven't really looked into it much other than the announcement itself, but at this point, yeah, it's gonna be on Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
Unless they decide to both air it on Nickelodeon and then release it on Paramount, like 2 to 3 days later.
No, those
but-
3 movies are the perfect. Give us your money so you can watch it on our streaming service.
Yeah,
True.
they're
And
gonna
also have
a
your parents watch
exclusive.
Yellowstone. I don't know. Like it's just, like that's what's gonna happen. Like that's
And Top Gun.
and Top Gun. Both Top Guns and Indiana
Probably
Jones.
by the time it's out, Top Gun Maverick's on there.
Yeah,
So-
probably by then. All right.
Because I'm very excited for this. I honestly thought that once Korra was over, that would be the last bit of Last
stuff.
Airbender
Yeah.
stuff that we would get. But no, I'm glad that. Well, I was glad that when Paramount Plus was coming out, that they also announced the Avatar Studios.
Yeah, they
and
announced
Yes.
Avatar
and
Studios.
that Brian Konietzko and Michael Dante DiMartino
Martino.
were working on more projects.
Good. Yeah.
Like between shows, movies, more comic books. I'm down for that. I think
Hell
right
yeah,
now
yeah.
I only have I have the first 2 comic books that take place right after the original show. It's the Promise and the Search.
Yeah.
And then there are like 4 or 5 other ones in with the original crew, and then you have another comic book series with the post Legend of Korra.
Yeah.
I think, which
Alright.
I need to read and catch up on because I want to see.
I have to look into those just to know that their
Yeah.
existence and whatnot. All right, cool.
They're a little cheesier, but it's nice that it's essentially canon. It's all canon.
Yeah, it should be because I think they wrote it originally and just kept that going.
Yeah, because you have the Topps Metal Bending Academy, which then translated into it appearing in or being mentioned in Legend of Korra.
Correct. Yeah. It's too cool, man.
But I'm excited for that.
Airbender's too cool. Watch it, Danny.
Yeah, I got.
Just watch Airbender.
I've seen it. I just haven't seen it in a
Rewatch it.
long
Just
time.
rewatch
Gotta
it.
rewatch.
I'm
It's
sure when you remembered when you last watched it many years ago to now, you're like, yo, this is a kid show. Like, how was this a
Yeah.
kid show?
This
This
held
is not
up.
a kid show.
This holds
Yeah.
up. Like I think like the hallmarks of like great animation. Like I think it's like I had a friend who mentioned this and I couldn't disagree with him was Batman the Animated Series and Avatar: The Last Airbender. He's like, this is some of the best storytelling ever told. Like,
And Zuko
and
just has the best.
some
story
now will
arc.
argue like Steven Universe, like for this newer generation, which I can see the merits of. But yeah, so you have like sort of like that kind of like progressive storytelling, and also storytelling that just like through small little hints you get a lot of world building. But it's shows like Batman animated series and Airbender did not shy away from character
Yeah.
development.
And they had a
while-
lot of great voice well you have the main voice cast, but then you have like guest appearances, or even like with the Fire Lord Ozai, played by Mark Hamill, which is really cool.
I met fun story when I went to one of the Star Wars celebrations in Orlando. I went with my friend and I had my VHS set of Star Wars, the THX remasters that Mark Hamill signed, and then my friend whipped out his Avatar season
Nice.
3 DVDs,
Nice.
and Mark Hamill was like, "Whoa, nobody's brought this in all weekend." And they're like, "Whoa!" He's just. I remember him be like, "Oh, do you remember any lines?" He's like, "Oh, feed me a line." I was like, "Oh," and Bobby's like, "Oh, say, bring me the Avatar." He goes, "Bring me the Avatar," and we're like, "Oh, oh my god, it's so cool!" Like,
Dude, I would love
Damn,
that.
that's
it was
awesome.
I
so
would
cool
love
in
to-
front because I think like his daughter was like doing the publicity for him there on site. We're just like, "Oh my god, thank you, Mark." It was so cool. He's like, "Thanks, guys, that was cool."
And they've had people like George Takei for an episode.
Yep.
They've brought in who there was another one. So Jason Isaacs.
Yep.
For those unfamiliar, he played Lucius Malfoy in the Harry Potter.
He played the
movies.
Grand Inquisitor in Rebels.
Oh, he did.
Oh yeah.
He's the Grand Inquisitor in Rebels.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Nice.
He also is Captain Lorca in Star Trek Discovery season 1. He's in a lot of other small things, but whenever he's also the scientist that came up with the idea of how to blow up the asteroid in Armageddon. That's one of my low-key favorite roles of his. It's pretty damn cool.
It's an iconic role.
Anyway, I digress, and we're digressing, but go for it.
And then I don't know. I think that's about it that I can think of. Like, oh, Serena Williams was also had like a guest appearance.
Was she in Korra? Was it Korra?
No,
Or-
she was. So the Day of Black Sun 2-parter episode. She was the prison guard that was bringing food to Iroh.
No way.
Mang or Ming, I think was her name.
Okay.
That was Serena Williams.
no.
Serena, or was it Venus Williams?
Might have been Venus.
Serena. I think it was Serena.
No, I thought it was.
I think it was Serena.
Okay. Damn. Yeah. Now I gotta look at all those cameos because I know they
Yeah.
snuck some people in, but I didn't know about that one.
And then other like well-known voice actors like Kevin Michael Richardson.
Oh, he's like 18 people in that show. Yeah. Like.
no, yeah, he's a bunch of people.
He's a bunch of people. He's great. Yeah.
And then I think that was it.
Serena
that's all I
Williams
can think of.
played Ming.
Okay, so
there
was
it
me,
is.
yeah,
Was
there it is.
Serena? Nice, man. Okay.
Like the most random side character, and I still remember.
Well,
I've seen the
kinda-
show like 20 times. Man.
well, it's fine. There's no shame here. I don't judge. No
like
judgment.
I probably
It's
know
good.
like just about every side character ever.
All right.
But
Yeah. So we fawned over a lot of news and a lot of fun impressional stuff. Thank you, Danny, for those because those are always fun topics.
Yep.
We'll mention at the end of the episode, but always reach out and interact whenever we post up some big news on the Popcorn Watch List through Twitter and Instagram. But we mentioned watching Lightyear, and also on our social media we shouted out a really good, another great addition on the Pixar pantheon of a great Father's Day movie, which was Onward. and we got a great poll from that and some good reaction. But again, it's on Disney Plus now if you haven't seen Onward. But that brought us to an interesting topic that we were going through. It's just like think of a primarily like a standout Pixar film. Like it's tough to say like your favorite, but if I think we each of us, the three of us here, have like one or two favorites. And I know Anthony has like a couple of favorites. I mean, he went a couple episodes ago, talked all about Toy Story. So like
That's
those are
right. He
like
went through the
his
whole
big
trilogy.
favorites. I know he also truly loves Wall-E as a film, but I kind of want to pick your brains because I'm like the old man of the group, sort of in terms of like my picks, because as I'll go to a little bit later, but um, I want to hear what you got, like a couple of your standout Pixar films. There's already what, like I think like 19 or 20 or something now. So,
So want to
there's
do
a
like
lot.
we each do one and then we go around again, or we
Let's each do one. Let's do one. No, just let's let it rock for a
Just-
little bit. Just go like
just
one or
roll.
two. Just roll with like two of them.
It's like
Okay, we'll do
like
two.
favorite Pixar.
Yeah, like what your standout. Like, hey, you know what? Like immediately, the first one that comes to mind is like a favorite.
All right, cool. Cars 2. No, I'm kidding.
Get out.
You can
Everybody-
leave the podcast right
That's
now.
it. We've kicked out Zach. This is now the Danny and Xavier show
Yeah.
because that is the hottest, the worst take. No, I'm kidding.
All right, it's been fun, guys. I'll see you guys never.
I'll see you guys on the Formula One race. Yeah. Okay.
All
All
right.
right. What's your first?
All right, so the first one that comes to mind, one that I've thoroughly enjoyed a lot, and I'm sorry, Danny, but I'm gonna have to say The Incredibles,
You stole mine.
Ooh.
because that
26
one's just so fun. That's like, like
The
It's
the,
just-
re-
it's-
the real Fantastic Four movie.
exactly.
And
Exactly.
who did the score for that?
Michael
Michael
Giacchino.
Giacchino.
Oh man, dude, yeah, Incredibles. That movie came out. I think I was
2003.
in I was in
Yeah.
high school, and I was playing trumpet, and I remember
And you would
my
do like
trumpet
the
professor. Yeah,
It's like that spy kind of vibe. Like
I'm pretty sure. I think it was in my high school or was it my middle school. One of like my band teacher wanted us to do. Oh, okay, no, it was high school. My band teacher wanted us to do the Incredible score
ooh,
or like the main theme.
that seems fun.
I think it was for jazz band, not for the regular band, just like the jazz.
makes
band.
sense for jazz band, but
And-
you can do a horror. Obviously, the whole orchestra thing.
Yeah.
But I remember watching the movie and then going to my trumpet lesson to my trumpet professor at the time, and I told him, "Hey Jim, like, did you watch The Incredibles?" Like, yeah, I did. I took my son to it. He's like, "Dude, how about that score?" He's like, "Yeah, man, that's some wild stuff." And then he was playing it along, like, he was like it was so cool, like have a professional just play like the super high stuff, like during the big action
Yeah.
sequence, like when Dash is running. I'm like,
like
wow.
the trumpet, like
yeah, the
yeah,
really
yeah.
high trumpet parts. I'm just like, that is so cool, and it just got me like more inspired to play more and more. Man, dude, that's so good.
But it's not even just the like the regular like fan or not, well, I don't know, if it's fanfare, like the regular like school regular theme. You have the parts during like the more like the scenes that felt more like spy / espionage kind
Yeah.
of moments where
yeah.
you have like this like slow jazz
Dude,
kind of like
yeah, Giacchino knew what he was
like the
doing
belt,
from the
like,
beginning.
dude,
Like,
just
the man just knows
master.
what he's doing.
Like the music was just masterful.
When he's going into the computer, Mr.
Oh,
Incredible, like in the
yeah,
cave,
to
to
like get the
get the
information,
files or
yeah.
whatever. That the music in the background is like that
It's so like,
spy type of like.
yeah, it's like that
It's so
spy
cool.
like 60s kind of thing. It's like Danny
yeah,
said,
like
really
50s,
like
60s. Yeah, it's
I think
Like
did
James
you just say that? Like
Bond-esque.
this is the Fantastic Four movie that really is like the Fantastic Four movie. Like
yeah.
just-
we had mentioned it, I think, in a
It's-
previous one
it's
before.
so good. That's why like
Because you have like the Thing, Mr. Incredible. You have Elastigirl, Mr. Fantastic, and then you have
Violet,
Violet,
which is-
Invisible
Invisible
Woman,
Woman, and then Dash instead
Right.
of being the Human Torch, he's like the Flash or like he's Quicksilver.
Yeah,
just
Quicksilver,
going
yeah.
everywhere. It's so good. Like
I mean, Jack could be
just about anything.
could be
I mean, he was a Human Torch.
Human
he
Torch.
was Superman with the laser.
and I liked Jason oh my goodness.
Oh,
Jason Lee as
Yeah,
the
Jason
villain.
Lee as
Yeah,
as
as Syndrome. Like
Syndrome is
I
cool.
like the
Buddy
whole concept.
Buddy something, Buddy Pine or whatever. his name
Yeah,
is.
I love the idea. It's just like, hey, if everybody's super, nobody is. Like, all right, that's
Mhm.
dope.
That was
Like-
that was a good line. It's
That
like,
was deep.
But once
Yeah.
everyone's super, Nobody
Nobody
is.
Yeah.
Or
It
no
just
one will be, or whatever.
yeah, or like Edna Mode, like just bringing just
Brad
really.
Bird.
That's basically just Brad Bird. But like you have those characters that stuck with people for like a crazy long time. Just how good that movie is. That movie made an impact, and just like holy, like it was like like because we had just gotten off of like Finding Nemo, and then you go into something like crazy action packed like The Incredibles, and you're like, this is awesome, man.
Oh,
Like
2004 then, because Finding Nemo was 03.
yeah, like Incredibles was afterwards, and like it was surprisingly really really good.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, that movie to me is 10 out of 10.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah.
It's got
sit
everything.
down, watchable. The plot's great, voice acting's great. Um, the animation's really well done still. Obviously we've fawned
I
over
mean,
the score.
for a 2004 Pixar movie, the animation looks fantastic.
Looks fantastic. Yeah, it's the style. That art style is just so good. And then gosh, like uh talking about voice acting, like Sam Jackson, like
Where's
Frozen.
my
Honey,
super suit?
Where's my super suit?
Great and good. I'm the only good you need. Oh man,
I'm the greatest good.
good you ever gonna need. Oh man, dude, it's so
You can tell me what my
good.
suit is, woman.
Dude. Yeah, it's a good pick. That's a good first pick, man. Yeah, Incredibles. You can't go wrong with Incredibles. It's so good. Came out
Oh,
November 5th
and then the Jack Attack
Short.
short.
with the babysitter, Mrs. Parr. I'm sorry, but he's doing some really weird thing. Yeah, it's cool. Like I love that. Like,
Jack
it's
is
good.
fine, but weird things are happening.
Yeah, weird
And-
things are happening.
Even to mention, the sequel was still pretty good.
The sequel was great too.
Sequel's still
Yep.
really good. Yeah, I liked the idea of it.
It wasn't no Cars 2.
Yeah, people were
Thankfully.
worried like, oh no, we're making a sequel that's not Toy Story
Yeah.
2. But first, we got like Finding Dory, and like that was like, okay, that's good. And then Cars 3 is like, hey, this is
We're on the
actually
right
has
track
emotion and
now.
pathos. And then Incredibles 2. Oh god, yeah, it's so good. Yeah, Incredibles 2, I thoroughly enjoyed. I saw it I think twice in theaters.
I like the
It was good.
villain in that one.
The villain was were they the siblings? No, it was actually just the sister.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really cool. Yeah, you have to have these over the top plots and like, hey, we're gonna mind control everything. I thought was really cool. Like that was bit. That was really.
I
really
kind
good.
of forgot who the villain was in Incredibles 2.
Kristen Wiig.
Her character
Yeah,
was
Kristen Wiig.
the what superpowers did she have?
No, she was like a business mogul, wasn't she?
Okay, I don't know why I was thinking she was one of one of the superheroes that was okay. Never mind.
No.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
was where she was yeah.
I forgot the name.
No, I think it was Catherine Keener. Sorry, I said Kristen Wiig. No, it's Catherine Keener.
Okay, because Kristen Wiig, she was one of the other superheroes.
I don't think so. No, I don't know. I said
Wasn't she? Or now you have me confused.
no, there was someone else who was like Void and other stuff. Yeah, I'm going through IMDb now. It's like, oh, I remember all this stuff now. So I'm looking at
Void
it,
was one of the.
the other superheroes. Yeah. John Ratzenberger was the Underminer again. That's I think would have been that's another fun topic we ever do later on. A good sidetrack, but like all the best John Ratzenberger cameos, like in a Pixar film.
I think the Abominable Snowman was the best one.
That one's funny. No, I love what little it was. I loved the Underminer one. I'm the Underminer, and I'm like, it was so like perfectly cheesy. Like it hit just right. I'm the Underminer. Okay.
Everyone thinking Incredibles 2 was going to be with the Underminer.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
then
like
they just
2 seconds in. Nope.
whooped this man senseless. I was like, you know what? Good subversion. Good for you.
I was like, great, we're gonna have a whole John Ratzenberger movie.
Yeah, and he's just like, no. That's it. All right, so your pick was Incredibles. Do you have another pick?
Finding Nemo. I'm gonna say Finding Nemo because
Classic.
Classic.
I watched it a lot growing up, and I kid you not, I was able to quote the entire movie by
He
memory.
touched the butt. That's my favorite line in that entire movie.
He touched the butt.
He touched the butt. Like
Fish are friends, not food.
fish
But
off reds.
what really sold me on that movie was the water. Amazing animation. Wow.
Yeah?
Dude, you
Can't beat
and
it.
animation
Dude.
and water.
The DreamWorks
Dude,
Studios and water.
the animation is great when the water looks realistic.
And crisp.
Yeah, and then even with like all the krill going through and the different how they showed off the currents,
Like they
Um,
just like the physics of how everything
things
it's
moves
just
in water
amazing.
is really good. Yeah,
Like it looks so lifelike and realistic.
yeah. Then you have
But
a
obviously, stories, yeah.
yeah.
But the animation,
The story, yeah, animation, the details,
The
like
yeah, the story was
water.
so yeah, the story was great. But man, like that water though,
yeah, like that just
that water was
launched
wet.
Ellen DeGeneres. Like she was already popular. I think she had her like started the talk show, but then like
This blew her up.
freaking like yeah, blew her up because she's Dory. That's messed up. I'm kidding. No, she's blue. Come on, she's a blue fish. But
Blue
that
tang.
was like that. Yeah, like that really launched it. And then I mentioned earlier talking about Albert Brooks in what's this in Drive, but it's like that the big thing that he's known for really is being Marlin
Yeah,
in Hey Marlin, he's not a fish. He's a clownfish. Tell us a joke. Just the whole bit. That was awesome. Like yeah, Albert Brooks just really
there's a
brought it
mollusk,
in
and
that.
he walks up to a sea cucumber. Normally, they don't talk sea cucumbers, but in a joke, everyone talks.
Yeah, but it's a joke everybody talks to. Yeah, that's just it's just perfect. He's like, oh, I guess.
And everyone's just kind of like, losing
Okay.
their smiles. Like,
Yeah,
And then you
I
got
like that.
Crush and
so the mollusk
Crush.
says to the cucumber.
Yep. Oh my God. You Darla. Hello. The ever looming threat of Darla. Just like it's just look. Here's my baby girl Darla.
Fishy,
Fishy. And
wake
she-
up, wake up.
Wake up! Wake up! And it's just the dentist's freaking niece. Oh man.
Why are you?
And Willem Dafoe.
sleeping?
Yeah, like Willem Dafoe. What was this guy's
oh,
name?
that's right.
Yeah,
Gil.
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 Yeah, like that's like one of the low key like Willem Dafoe performances. We know him now from just being like these, really high quality top tier actor now. But it's like no man, he's also can have some fun in a Pixar film.
What's weird is that I know it's Willem Dafoe, but then I forget it's Willem Dafoe.
Yeah.
I never forget that's Willem Dafoe because like that. Oh man, that and that whole crew. So my sister like since she knows French, and so basically like the shrimp guy
Jacques.
Jacques, like every
Yeah.
time he spoke, she's like, oh, he said this exactly. Like suivez-moi. He's like
Hey, swim with me.
follow me.
Follow me.
And then dude, oh god, and then the when they're doing his shark bait initiation and they're like chanting, and then the starfish is in the background just like dude, no, like dude, I forget like
Peach was.
it took me like 3 times to realize she's in the background doing just the most ridiculous wailing. Like that was I cracked up so hard. It was so funny. Yeah, like that's
Mount
really up there.
Wanahakaluki, I think. Is
Mount
the name of it.
Wanahakalugi. Yeah. Yep. Oh, it's too smart. Like that movie is too good.
Yeah, that and then what's you have the Debbie, the blue one, Bubbles,
My bubbles.
and then Bloat, played by Brad Garrett.
That was Brad Garrett.
Brad
Yeah.
Garrett, yeah.
And he gets so mad, he just pops them backwards. There were a lot of good gags in that movie, man. And then the seagulls and the mine. Like there are a lot of really good gags.
The seagulls
The
one.
school of fish that they're playing freaking charades.
The Moonfish. Oh, played by or voiced by John Ratzenberger.
Yeah. Hey, he wants to do one of these guys. Yeah. Like it's too good. Oh man, good picks, man. Dude, yeah, just
Those are two classic ones, and those were back to back, no?
Yeah, those were back to back.
It was Finding
2003,
Nemo,
Finding Nemo, and then
then
2004, The
The
Incredibles.
Cool,
Damn,
man.
pretty solid.
All right. So if you don't mind, Danny, I'm gonna go because I'm gonna because I want to end on a or at least want to like balance it out with like the feel good stuff, and then I'm gonna bring up since now I'm like sort of in my 30s, I have to like all the existential emotional stuff is gonna break me. So like 2 movies that really stood out that this first one took me a long time to really watch, and then I finally watched it, and like it broke me just completely. Like I had
Oh,
to
so you
just-
hadn't watched it before, like when
I-
it came out originally?
no, I didn't watch this first one in theaters because I was like, oh cool.
Okay,
Amy-
I was thinking of
it's-
the other one.
no, not the other one, but like
Yeah,
Amy
okay.
Poehler, this one. So it's like, oh, Amy Poehler's in this. Like this would be cool, whatever. Like this looks cool. And then everybody's like, dude, this is amazing. It's one of their best. I was like, what? Oh, I'll get around to it, and I never got around to it. And so one day I was at home by myself just watching, put on Disney Plus. I go, oh, let me try out Inside Out, and like that movie, like it was like the way it's just like fired up, like how your emotions and stuff work. I was like, it was so perfect. I was like, that's hilarious how like they were able to personify this and make sense. But then like towards the middle of it. I don't know if Danny, if you've seen the movie.
So the two Pixar movies I haven't seen are Inside Out
Okay, so you need to watch this, and I want you to
and
get back to me.
Monsters University.
Okay, so don't worry about Monsters U. It's good, but like don't worry about that. You need to go like your homework. I gave him the homework to watch Snatch. Your homework is to watch Inside Out because
Wait, you haven't seen?
they're-
You're lying.
No,
he's
Dude,
never
you're
seen
lying.
Inside Out. Yeah,
how
he's told me
how
this
have you?
before.
I thought you went whenever we
no.
like when we used to work for Disney and stuff. You go to the events and stuff. You never saw it,
No.
Dude, so I will just say without
dude.
spoilers,
This
'cause
is wow.
I won't go
I'm
into like deep
surprised.
stuff, but like it was a really
I mean, I've heard
great
it's
way
really
to like
good, but
it was a really great way that
Yeah.
like yeah, it's really good. Like it helped like process the fact that's like like helps people understand that like your emotions are there. Like it was almost like movie therapy in a sense, in some way, shape, or form, because it's like all of your emotions have a certain place. Like you can't block one out. Like they have to work in balance, or you have to at least acknowledge them and understand that hey, it's okay to feel that certain way. Um, and then all I'll say is like Zach will know what I'm talking about. Like the moment that really broke me was Bing Bong. I I was a wreck. Like I had to pause the movie and I was there for like 10 minutes, just like a mess of a human being, guys. Like I'm getting a little teary-eyed right now thinking about like I am a mess. Like and I can't explain why cuz Danny hasn't seen the movie, but it hit me in such a way that it got me thinking in a certain thing. I was like, "Oh my god." Like that's next level stuff. And like the fact that they were able to, like immediately like it's a certain thing that happens in the plot, but then you think about it and like you try to like relate it personally and you're just like, "Oh my god."
Because like the
this is
whole message of what that's
that what that whole scene was and you're just like, "Oh my god." And then at the same time it's a character doing a certain thing and like knowing the consequence of that. You're just like they're going to do it anyway because of the end goal. And you're just like, "Oh my god." Like being able to do that, you're like this is so insane. Like that broke me, man. But
damn, I need to see. I'll watch
yeah.
it.
How have you not? I'm
Yeah,
surprised.
you need to
How
watch
have
it,
you
man.
not seen it, dude?
Watch it
Wow.
and you'll understand.
Damn, it's gonna be a long
Wow.
night. Gonna watch this. Gonna watch Avatar.
Right? and then it's a bummer this hit only on Disney Plus on Christmas Day. I think it was Christmas Day of 2020.
Yeah.
But I ended up watching Soul. And first in Soul I was
Ooh.
like, "Oh, this is nice.
I'm
That's
glad you
cool.
mentioned that one.
Like this is cool." I mean, like some of my music background, like I liked the whole message behind it, and like the just it got to a certain. I think again, like there was a certain point in the middle of the movie where you're just like,
Oh,
"Oh my god!" Like the whole idea, like we've all seen it, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So it's like the idea is not that you have to have like your calling or purpose in life. No, your life is to live life. I was like, "Ooh."
The way they showed that was, or explained that, and kind of like alluded to that halfway
It
through the film.
was
You're like,
nuts, dude.
oh,
That was like that. Oh man, I was damn. Like it was one of those moments where like I think like Christmas Day, like my family was like asleep. It's like, "Oh, I'll just sit here and watch Soul." I'm like, I'm glad I watched that by myself because again, I was a mess. But it's great positive stuff at the end. Like everyone's
great
gonna think,
animation too.
yeah, like very like all the ethereal stuff and this is the first time I'll actually say that Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross deserve an Oscar. Not for The Social Network, but for Soul. Like the music in Soul is really good. Jean Baptiste also like did work with them for the actual music, and it was and Jamie Foxx and Tina Fey had a really fun dynamic, and then what's her name? She was the grandmother in Moana. She is the henchwoman for um the Grandmaster in Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Her name is I think it's something with a J, but she is awesome. She's also in Hunt for the Wilder People. Her name
That's another
is
one I gotta watch too.
Rachel House. Sorry, it's not with a J. Yeah, Rachel House is awesome, and so she's like the accountant that's just running in the real world trying to find them. Like she's great, and it's so good. Like the smaller side characters are great. So yeah, those are my two. Like I up definitely the first like 10 minutes are emotionally devastating, but I think it's still nice. Like it gets you with it's a nice like overall movie, and then it's more thrilling and exciting with obviously an amazing message. But those two particular, Inside Out and Soul, like broke me. Um, just man, like that just like broke me in a great way. Like it just made me like reevaluate my entire life in the best way possible. But yeah, so that's more of like the emotional seriousness of it, and then I'll let Danny take it away with his picks.
Yep. So I was gonna choose The Incredibles.
But he
That
got
was
sniped.
my all-time favorite up until this movie came out, and this movie was Coco.
Ooh, yes, that was gonna be my
I had
honorable
a,
mention.
you know,
I'm
I had a
so glad
feeling.
someone
I don't
picked
know how I
Coco.
didn't guess that earlier, but I had a feeling.
Damn, I'm so glad.
Because you mentioned it a few times before.
It's other than The Incredibles, it's the one I've seen the most.
Can I ask you, like, what was your movie theater experience like? Because just full disclosure, we're here in South Florida, so where there's a lot of Day of the Dead is normally like a Mexican holiday, but there's
Mhm.
a lot of cultural overlaps between a lot of our upbringings. So I want to know, like, that whole first 10, 15 minutes, what was like your theater like? Like I want like what were the reactions? Like
I
just
don't
with the
remember too
family or
well,
anything like
Did
but
we
that.
see it together?
I think we went together. Yeah, we went
Like
together.
for the event that
Yeah.
you had, yeah.
And it was with a bunch of family members.
All right, nice.
But it was mostly like families and their kids. It wasn't like a family and their kids.
It was like a screening.
For my
thing.
aunt's his stepmom's when she worked for Disney.
Oh wow.
Like all the people from the corporate office, would go
Got to
bring their
see it.
families and stuff.
Okay.
So it was more
Right
like
on. That's cool.
it's like everyone knew each other, so it wasn't like it was random.
Wasn't like in the
people,
theater
like,
going in
like any
where-
normal day.
Yeah. Okay.
But I remember it was like the group of us, and then, you just look over to like my family members, and they're all like, oh, crying.
Yep.
But man, the one thing that stood out to me, like, I play guitar, and I've been playing guitar for years, and Zach plays guitar too. But the music in this one, like the guitar, the animation of him playing the guitar.
They
Was-
animated
They
it, like,
actually
Yeah.
for it to be
mocapped. I
accurate.
think like they actually accurately
Yeah.
did that. No, that was
Um,
awesome.
Michael Giacchino did the score too.
Yes, he
And
did.
he made a cameo appearance in the movie.
Yeah.
Yes,
he
he
did.
did. He's the conductor in the towards the end. Yeah.
And
The goat, man.
and spoilers, but that final scene with the grandma,
Whew.
that broke me.
Remember me, dude. I remember all the internet jokes were just like, hey, when you log in into a new browser and it says "Remember me," you're like, oh no, it's Coco again.
No, but it had some great individual songs.
Gael
Very,
Garcia
very-
Bernal like did a great job. Like,
Yeah.
damn, he did such a
And-
good job as
s-
Hector. Yeah.
Spoiler alert. You're here rooting for
For Miguel.
no, well, yes, for Miguel, but to find his or who was it? Was it Hector? No, it was
Well, because basically, like, they're trying to find that, it must have been, like, Ernesto de la Cruz, like, to remember Grandma Coco, or, like, to remember the song.
Ernesto, yeah.
Yeah.
You're rooting for him, and then halfway through the movie, you get like this plot twist, and you're like,
You're like, oh, no, he's a
no,
scumbag.
yeah, we don't like this guy.
Yeah, you're like, oh, Ernesto de la Cruz is awful. And that's Benjamin Bratt, which is funny. Like, it's just like, oh, no, he's terrible.
And then you start to really want that relationship with Hector. Like,
Yeah, and you realize that, like,
Coco
they
and
actually
Hector.
are family. Okay, so, and I ask because what your reaction was in the theater, because I remember, like, everybody, so, like, Miguel's has his whole, like, extended family doing all this stuff here, and yeah, it's a large family in a household, like, a lot of us can relate to that, but then, like, he goes to hang out with the mariachis, and then his, so Grandma Coco's like his great grandmother, right?
Mhm.
And so then the grandmother sees him like with the mariachi. She just whips out la chancleta.
Yeah, it's just
And
like
the whole theater's like, oh my god, like just losing it in laughter. It's just like, yup, like that's 100% accurate. Like they could have just done half of this based on a true life story. But then like the emotional waterworks came through when they do the Day of the Dead festival. You see all of the family members from their
Mhm.
altars like kind of go in like, oh look, so like, and they're like seeing and trying to interact with their family members, but like trying to be like, hey, there's still memories. It's so nice. And
Mhm.
you had just that was really nuts. Like that whole theater was like sobbing, like nice happy. It's like happy crying everywhere. Like,
Hmm.
oh man. And then like
Or like the whole thing about like the memory, like you're
you live on
you
by
live
your
on
memory.
by memory, and then the last person that remembers you, it's like that's where.
Yeah, that's where the chain ends, and then
Yeah,
that's
like
what
that
plays
was
on.
deep. I was like,
And you're
oh
like,
my
oh
god.
man. I'm telling you, yeah, like it's just you have times when there's really thoughtfulness into the kind of themes behind their movies. It's so good.
You're like, is this a kids movie?
Yeah, and like it is, but it's an everyone movie. Oh my god! And so like a lot of those things are going through, and the last thing I'll say is about Coco is, um, it's funny because when Coco came out, everybody's like, every Day of the Dead coming up next, they're like, hey, Feliz Dia de los Muertos, except for Ernesto de la Cruz. That guy sucks.
Yeah, that guy was trash.
Yeah, and I forget that. Yes, I don't never forget that you guys play guitar, but I forget that the guitar playing is so prominent in that movie
Hmm.
because of of all the stuff that happened, and that's cool that it kind of resonated with you guys on that in that respect. That's really
Yeah,
awesome.
I saw the like behind the scenes or documentary or whatever it was.
Hmm.
Like how they picked the like and got actual like guitarists to
Yeah,
capture like their movements and
yeah, and
uh,
animate the details. What happens when you're fretting with your
yeah.
different fingers? That's awesome.
They even have like, which I really wanted. They had like replicas of the Coco guitar, and I was like, oh man, I really want
Like
that.
the big like
the
white
the white one with like
yeah,
the fret markers had like the teeth and the
the teeth in the
skulls, and
skull and gold. Yeah.
that was pretty cool.
That's dope. Nice. All right. So yeah, a stellar pick. Yeah, it's one of the more recent ones that came out, but it still showed that Pixar is on top of their game.
Yeah.
And so do you have another pick?
Um, Briefly we mentioned Onward. Onward was pretty good. It was a good mystical fantasy uh brother searching for father tale.
Yeah.
But another, let's say another one that I really enjoy, other than the ones you've all mentioned, which might be surprising, is Luca.
Yeah. I liked Luca a lot.
Just a fun summer in Italy.
Yeah, it came out in the summer. It's just on Disney Plus, but
Yeah,
I watched it like 2-3 times, like just because it's not too long, but and I think the kid who plays
it was in Shazam.
yeah, he's not the main character, is he? Is Luca played by the kid from Shazam, or is it the other?
It is Jack Dylan Grazer,
Yeah, so he plays
who
he's
plays
Alberto.
Freddy the friend.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He's Freddie Freeman
Hmm. In
in
Shazam.
Shazam, but in
Yeah.
Luca he's Alberto. Yeah, like and then Jacob Tremblay is Luca. Yeah. I told you guys my favorite character in Luca, right?
Giuseppe.
Giuseppe, the stupid sheepfish. It's the stupidest face. I'm glad. That's one of the reasons why I'm glad that movie was at home, because I could pause it and be like, look how stupid and adorable this fish is, because how
That
stupid he looked.
that was a great design.
It's just like Giuseppe. He's like, so stupid. But that was really cool. That you saw like, um,
And you got Massimo.
yeah.
He was like a cool
Massimo's a
character.
really cool character, like and then with his daughter, and so, but it's
I don't know, it just reminded me of like good summer vibes as a kid, and like little adventures you'd have.
I mean, yeah, there's still like that whole idea too, like underlying themes of like having to hide who you are, or being afraid of of fitting in, but also being completely different, and like that difference is because either it's kind of scary. And you saw Massimo at first was like, oh, the sea monsters, whatever, but then it's just like he found out he was, and he's like, no, you're an amazing person. Like I'm gonna
Yeah.
have your back no matter what. And then you have the Vespa bullies. Oh man, this stupid kid. God, what was his name? Um, Hercule. Oh my God, Hercule. That stupid Hercule. Oh my goodness. Like, I am Hercule. Yeah, that kid was a real jerk, and he gets his comeuppance, and you're just like, yes, just perfect.
And then they made a short called
Ciao,
Ciao
Alberto.
Alberto,
Yeah.
which was also really good with Massimo and Alberto.
Yeah, that
Uh,
was.
You should check it out.
Yeah, if you haven't, it's short. It's what is it 15 minutes
Like
long? Or?
12 minutes,
Yeah.
15 minutes.
It's good. It's really
Also
good.
on Disney Plus. So
I mean, all these are Pixar, so they're all on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
You know, I know we've have it the greats, you know, that we've always mentioned before, like, you know, obviously the Toy Stories, the Bugs Life and Wall-E. Like, I think Wall-E was the beginning of the whole, like, hey, we can also like fit in some big serious stuff into it. I think that was like the Wall-E was like the real game changer, because like Finding Nemo, Incredibles, or was it Ratatouille? Like Ratatouille snuck in some stuff in there too.
hmm
But I would say low key, that's the one I think I need to go back and rewatch is Ratatouille, because now there's a whole ride at Epcot. But
which is great, by the way.
I have not been, but that's awesome that you have.
Yeah, it's really good.
But I think personally, I think I need to go back. And now, if you saw Everything Everywhere All at Once, it makes sense to watch Ratatouille.
you
You kind of have to.
You gotta watch it.
Oh man, you kind of have to.
I would want to do a whole Pixar kind of
Like
watch
day?
along.
That's what
again.
Like
I
a
was
Pixar
just
day?
thinking.
Yeah.
Like
We'll
watch
have a-
watch all the movies that, you know, in release order, and then watch the shorts that kind of
One thing that
Came
we
with
want,
them.
I would want to talk about at a later point is the shorts that they have. They have some
Oh, like the shorts that were
Like,
done in front of hand
before
yeah.
the theater, before the movie, which they didn't do one for Lightyear. Did
No,
they?
they didn't do one
They
for
did
Lightyear.
not,
I was
yeah.
surprised.
Interesting.
Paperman is probably still the best one.
I like
Which one
Jerry's
is-
game.
Which one is that one?
The Paperman was the one with the guy doing the paper airplanes.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's probably the best one. Like that
I
one's
don't remember. that.
I like Jerry's game
Jerry's game's good.
and Piper. Is that the one with the little bird?
Bird, yeah.
Yes, that's the
That
one with
one
the
was
little
pretty
bird.
good.
'Cause,
But
like I haven't seen a good number of those. I mean, the Jerry's game one, that's like a classic.
Classic.
one.
yeah,
It's the guy that ends up being in like Toy Story 2.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, Paperman is on Disney Plus. That is probably my favorite Disney short.
I'll watch it.
Hands
Which
down.
I've
one?
seen that
Which
one.
movie did that play in front of?
It came out in 2012. So,
Oh, so it's
Cars 2.
recent.
no, God, no,
I mean, Cars 3. Sorry, Cars 3.
no. I was
Because it was 2012. I think it was Cars 3.
Wreck-It Ralph.
Wreck-It. Oh, that doesn't.
Yeah, it's not again. They're not Pixar's, but like it's it was in front of Wreck-It Ralph. But if we're gonna talk about just shorts in general, but
Oh, okay. Because I'm thinking of like Pixar shorts.
yeah,
I also like For the
oh,
Birds.
the Pixar shorts.
The
For the Birds is another good one. Sorry, I understood this as like the Disney shorts that came up. with
no,
Oh,
no,
stuff,
the
it's
but-
for the-
Pixar shorts.
Is
Yeah,
For the
the
Birds the
Pixar
one with
shorts.
like the birds on the electrical wire
Yeah.
and
Yes.
the big bird?
Yeah.
Boom. Yeah.
It's pretty cool how some of them started off doing the shorts and then got their feature movie.
Yeah.
Like the directors. I think the one that did La Luna ended up doing the movie Luca.
Yeah. And dude, look, same thing with I think Bao.
Bao
and,
did Inside Out.
No,
No.
Inside Out was Turning Red.
No, Turning Red.
No, sorry, Turning Red.
Turning
yeah,
Red.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just saw Inside Out.
No, that's fine.
But yeah, it was Turning Red.
All right, nice. I think yeah. So there's definitely I think like 26 now Pixar films with Lightyear that just came out. Yeah, I think I'm about 26 total Pixar films. We invite you guys to share along, comment, and post up on our social medias from both Popcorn Watchlist on Instagram and Twitter. We'll put a poll up and we'll put something up there so you guys can respond once the episode is up. But check it out. We love to hear and play, just kind of get your takes on stuff that we may have missed. As we said, some of the obvious favorites, but maybe your own personal favorite for your own personal reasons. Art is subjective. We want to hear what you guys want think about it.
There's 26 to choose from, so
Yeah, I mean, there's no wrong answer, Cars 2.
Yeah.
There's almost no wrong answer.
You got 25 choices.
25 choices to choose from. So, we invite the discussion. We love the films and definitely, play around with it. We'd love to just have more of that interaction. That way it gives us some more stuff to talk about for the next episode. Okay, guys? So thank you so much for tuning in. And we'll be back next time with the full gang in together. Probably going over some Obi-Wan spoilers.
Yep.
Hopefully. as
Hopefully
well as
it's a
some other
good
fun
finale.
little, new stuff at the same time. But yeah, hopefully the finale will be good. So until next time, everybody, thank you for tuning in, and enjoy some popcorn with your films.
Later, guys.
See you later.